leaves its eggs there. It's acidic. So that's where they go into. They go into the acidic places that create life. It leaves its eggs there, and then as the eggs are growing and as the eggs are hatching, it releases these estrogen-like hormone molecules. So what it does is, since it's already in the prostate of a male, it makes their testosterone go down. Now, since the estrogen-like molecules, hormones are in there, it proliferates the tissues. So now, since it's proliferating the tissues, it's causing the tissues to grow and divide uncontrollably. Guess what they call this? Prostate cancer. So did the prostate cancer come out of nowhere, or did it come from the actual eggs of schistosoma? Same thing when you're looking at ovarian cancer. And another thing that causes ovarian cancer is HPV. And then HPV can literally turn into cervical cancer. So we talking about worms here. We talking about parasitics here that can actually cause long-term damage in what we will call diseases like cancer, which is nothing but the body wrapping its fibrous tissue around these eggs and around these parasites for it can save the rest of the body. But the parasite thinking, damn, I got me a whole new home now. I can evade the immune system now, because that's what tumors do. You see that? I ain't got to worry about other parasites coming and killing me and eating me because I'm in this fibrous tissue hidden away from the world. I got somewhere where I can lay my eggs at. That's cool. And then when you start talking about tumors, in order for a tumor to go through something called angiogenesis and borrow new blood supply, it needs iron. Guess what the main food source of schistosoma and all these other fluke worms are? Iron phosphate. So now it got iron supply, it got your calcium, your magnesium. So it don't even want to go nowhere because it's already in a cave that you call a tumor that the body was trying to innately heal itself, but the body don't know. So the body creating this whole six-figure mansion for a parasite to chill in when it was really just trying to encapsulate the parasite and keeping the parasite from leaking all of his DNA, all of his cytotoxins, all of his waste byproducts, and everything that the parasite give off into the system. So we can't be saying that cancer is not parasites. Most of them are. HER2 positive, estrogen prone breast cancer. A lady will come to me. Many of them come to us all the time. We get a lot of women with breast cancer. We put them on all of these therapies, you put them on the herbs, and then you get the tumor to go down, but then the cancer come back higher because the estrogen never left. Then the moment that you put them on a parasite cleanse, guess what? The estrogen leave. Now the tumor completely gone and the cancer don't come back. So now what's really going on here? How are we getting rid of the estrogen? By killing the parasites. Is it the parasites that's in the breast inside the tumor that's creating these estrogen-like molecules that's causing HER2 positive estrogen levels to drive the tumor, to proliferate the tumor inside the breast? Like, it's coming to a point where we gotta call a spade, y'all. Like, straight up, we gotta call a spade a spade. Most of these cancers are misdiagnosed cancers. They are parasites. It's another parasite called histolytica. Histolytica parasite. It lives in the hepatic bile ducts. And then it eats all of your iron and it creates a feedback loop inside of the liver. The iron can't make it out of the liver because the hepatic ducts is blocked off. So the iron just sits in the liver. So then you get fatty liver disease because the liver starts creating adipose tissues to hold the iron on top of the liver. Now, since the iron is on top of the liver, iron rust, it goes through something called oxidation. So now you have these ROSs, reactive oxidative species, on top of the actual liver, rusting the hell out of the liver. It rusts the liver. The fat come and heal, and cholesterol and triglycerides heal the liver. It rusts the liver again. The cholesterol come heal the liver again. It goes back and forth till the liver start creating what you will call scar tissues. The liver becomes so scarred and you never got rid of the parasites. Now you have this iron parasitic feedback loop. Now you get malignancy. You go and you start checking your AFPs. Now you got a golf-sized tumor in your liver. You never once thought about the parasite. You automatically think about chemotherapy, radiation, things to get rid of the cancer, but you never ask yourself what fueled the cancer in the first place. These damn interdimensional beings that's in your body, utilizing you for all of your natural resources. So now you got stage 4 liver cancer, and all you have to do is deworm yourself. All you have to do is make sure that you bring copper in to metabolically pull ceruloplasmin, which is a protein that mobilizes actual copper, and it pulls iron out of the liver. Pulls it out of the liver, and then boom. Your stage 4 cancer go from stage 4 to stage 1 in a few months. And we're not sitting here I'm not just saying this. I'm talking about straight clinical trials. I mean, prove it. But we going after the wrong things. And that's why we have to change our perspective on disease. Because as long as you fighting your body, as long as you in the mindset of you fighting something, you're going to be hacking stuff off. You got to go to war with your body. You're going to use weapons of mass destruction. What is the number one weapon of mass destruction when it comes to the allopathic community? Chemotherapy, radiation, and literally just hijacking your organs. That's it. And all of these estrogen-prone cancers, and they don't know, and they always say, well, we don't know where the cancer is coming from. We don't know what's driving the malignancy. We don't know what's driving this disease. Where is the estrogen coming from? Maybe the estrogen and the other gene expressions are coming from other entities that's not a part of your body. And then they go through something called parasitic lysis, where they will die because they have a life and death cycle. Anything that's manifested in the 3D, this third dimension, this very dense dimension, it has to give up the ghosts. It gotta die. So when it dies, just like a deer, when you hit it on the side of the road, or a raccoon or a squirrel, when it dies and it gives up nashama, it gives up the breath, the ruach hakodesh, it solidifies. When it solidifies, because the life of the flesh is in the blood, is gone from it, all of the different amoebas and all of the different microbiomes go to work. Fermentation happens. During this fermentation process, they release something called methane gas. Methane gas swells them up. They get swollen to a point where they bust. Now, you go and you see them on the side of the road. They not stinking. They just died. You see them 5 days later. They big, they swollen, and their guts is hanging out. And guess what you see? You seeing worms. You seeing maggots. You seeing all these living entities to help break down this entity and bring it back to the dust. We came from ashes and dust, and we going back to ashes and dust. It's just what it is when it comes to this third dimensional flesh that I call a meat suit. The same thing happened when these entities die inside of your body. They swell. They get full of methane gas, and they go through something called parasitic lysis. So when they in your body, they projectile all of their genes, all of their DNA sequences, all of their poop, all of their pee, all of their enzymes, all of their metabolic waste, all their metabolites, all their cytotoxins, all their cytosomes, all of that go into your system. So once it get in your system, what happens is the body is full of all this DNA that don't belong to you. A immune response happen. See, that natural killer cells is coming. NK cells coming, T cells coming, macrophages coming. They trying to go engulf and eat things, take it to what you would call the lymph nodes to disintegrate it down, for you can urinate these things out or get rid of it through defecation. So what it's going to do is going to tag them. So now the innate immune system, or what I'm going to call the great lymphatic defense system, go through the body and start tagging it. Antigen markers, antigen markers, antigen markers. Now, since the body is on high alert, oh, I need to detox. So the body is going to start forming and trying to encapsulize those different things. So when it encapsulizes it, it put a fiber mesh around it. And we see fibrin in live blood analysis all the time. Oh, you got too much fibrin inside your blood. It looks like a white spider web. And what it does is sticks the erythrocytes, the red blood cells, together. And it keeps the blood from flowing properly. But what it's trying to do is it's acting as a spider web to catch things inside the blood or inside the body that ain't supposed to be there. You see that? So now you get this encapsulated mist. Now thrombocytes starts clunking themselves together. Now you have this tumor genesis event that's happening where your body is starting to structure this tumor. Mind you, the parasite died. It went through lysis. It exploded. DNA still in there. So now your DNA sequence start binding what is. You see that? Now the estrogen-like hormones, the testosterone-like hormones are in there. Now it start proliferating that area. So now it's getting bigger and bigger. All of those toxins that was around it, the tumor souped that up too. So then once the tumor get it all in there, let me show you how smart a tumor is. The tumor will start borrowing all of the electron donating chemicals, the electron donating chemistry. It's going to get iron because iron is an electron donor. It's going to get calcium because calcium is the electron donor. It's actually a buffering agent. It's going to suffer off sodium bicarbonate because that's the electron donor. That's alkalinity. So when you start looking inside the tumor, the center of it be full of acidic waste. So we're going to just put acid right here. Full of acidic waste. But around the tumor, it's full of alkalinity. I'm just going to put ALK. It be all alkaline agents around it. So a tumor is fully protected. A tumor on the inside have all the neutrophils, all the basophils, and then it goes through something called immune privilege. A tumor does. A tumor only lets itself be attacked once the cancer is gone or once you detoxify the body. You see that? Other than that, it's going to go through something called immune privilege, where an immune cell will go to it and go the other way. Or it'll go in it and go inside of it and go to the actual membrane of the tumor to help protect all of these acidic agents from leaking out of the tumor. But guess what be in the middle, hovering inside this acid part? Worms, laying eggs, defecation. Imagine you going to the doctor with symptomologies, right? And they say, well, we don't know for sure not if it's cancer. Let me biopsy it. So you telling me you got this big fleshly trash bag with alkalining agents in a fibrin mesh, capsulated, keeping it in. This the fibrin mesh, y'all, this little squiggly line around it. Keeping it in. And then you got the alkalining agents and the immune cells on the outside. And it is basically keeping the acids prisoner in the core of the tumor. And what they want to do is they want to come scrape pieces off of it. They want to open it up. They want to come take a slice of pizza out of it. So guess what happens? They call that metastasis. You just broke open, or you just popped a balloon that had all acidic type of waste in it. And now it's going back into the bloodstream, into the lymphatic system. And when it goes through the bloodstream into the lymphatic system, it spreads because that's what blood and lymph do. It circulates. Meanwhile, we never went after the root cause. And the root cause is what? The parasites. Healing is simplistic. It's acidic. So that's where they going to. They going to the acidic places